All right, welcome back to MGD 111. We're going to continue putting it all together. We've made some dramatic improvements on this snowman here, but I still don't like, he's a little bit too bright, and he's not quite matching for various reasons here. I want to do something that will help pick up the tone of the rest of this image here. What I'm going to do is brush some color overall onto him that matches the rest of the picture here. So I'm going to use my eyedropper tool, and I'm going to just select sort of this grayish snow down here, and that's going to be, make sure it's your foreground color. That's going to be my brushing color here. Now, if I happen to have my brush at the opacity of 100, which is typical everything on this layer, and also everything on the background layer, basically when you spray on a layer, when you make a modification like this, it's going to cover up the pixels behind it as well. Now obviously that's not what we intended to do there, so let's hit Command Z. But let's change our opacity to something really light. Let's make it say 20%. And let's see what happens here. If I start brushing some of that color on the snowman here, you'll see it sort of adds a little bit of that tone to it without damaging too much of the background. And in fact, it helps those edges blend in with the background. So if I just blast it a few times, it's going to add some of that. Now we have to be careful. You'll notice that the eyes are sort of getting covered up too. So what we want to do, let's go back one more, is probably we want to select the eyes. Let's use our magic wand tool. Let's try that. And we're going to select that eye. Let's also select the stick here too. And again, this is going to be sort of a rough selection. Whoops, that's a bit too much. Just to make sure that those don't get colored too much. So now let's go back to our brush. And oh yeah, we need to select the opposite of that, by the way. So select inverse. And now when I spray it, it's not going to affect those areas. So it gives us a chance to sort of put a little bit of that color on the rest of the snowman, but still leave the eyes and everything intact. He's blending in a little bit more now, which is pretty cool. So he's getting closer and closer. Again, there's a whole bunch of adjustments you need to make. I'll let you experiment with that more and more. I'm going to do some of this off camera. Basically, I'm just going to be making some of the same adjustments we've made in the past here. A lot of times you have to move back and forth between those things. So I'm going to make some adjustments between now and the next video. But you can see how we're getting it closer. We have all these color adjustment tools. Use them in different orders, see how they work, use adjustment layers, and you should be able to get this a lot closer than it was before. In fact, let's go back to before we did that. You can see he's really standing out there. So it's a much better effect now. So let's pause there. We got a few more things to wrap this up.